that you're like off dating?
I'm done dating. I've had it with dating.
Why? I'm so curious because I feel the same way. I'm just curious. I mean, why you?
Because I just find people to be insincere and not worth my time. And I enjoy my alone time and my time with my kids and my friends more.
I feel like this is a phenomenon that keeps happening with women. What is happening with this phenomenon?
All over the world.
I just feel like I don't.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my tribe of men, welcome to another episode of the 33 Men's Voice podcast. Here with me, Kwabna Bibini Berima. You can call me DJ Fua. Today, we are going to go into something that you never thought about. Female experiencing red pill rage. How women go through red pill rage. Yes. Because most of the time when you hear red pill, you think about men. It's not all the time. Actually, red pill happen to all of us. Red pill happen to children, happen to boys, happen to girls, happen to men, happen to women. In different areas of our life, put relationship aside. So, but today we're going to talk about women going through red pill rage in relationship. Women suffering from red pill rage in relationship and how they use that moment to recruit new members into feminism. And their misery as well, because as the saying goes, misery love company. You understand? So today's conversation is going to be a lot of information right here and education. Because most of the time when we hear red pill, we think about men. But women go through red pill as well. And we don't get enough time to talk about that. And the dangers associated with it. Yes, even when men are going through red pill rage, it's dangerous to society. And when women are going through red pill rage, you know what can happen. You understand? So let's listen to this conversation where women are going through their red pill rage. What is red pill rage, first of all, before we listen to them so that you can follow it attentively and understand it. Red pill rage is when someone has come to the realization of something, the reality of something versus what they thought that thing used to must be or used to be. Okay, so just like when men get red pilled, it is when men has come to know the real nature of females and come to realize that. So all this while, the way I was relating to women, treating women was wrong. And that's what I was not getting any better result with women. And then their eye open. It's the eye opener that it is called red pill. Because before, you were swallowing the blue pill, which was kind of sweet. But today, you've come to see that you should have swallowed this pill for a long time. And that is red pill for men. And when men get to know this and they count all the foolish things they've done, they get angry at themselves and sometimes at women, which is wrong. And that is why I always want that anybody that wants to talk about red pill, making men and women come to the realization of who both genders are, should be healed people. Because if you stay in your red pill rage where you are angry at yourself and angry at the opposite gender, you destroy yourself, destroy society and people who listen to you. So please, if you are on YouTube wanting to know about male and female dynamics and you listen to someone and they are angry, bitter about themselves and women or men, please switch off from that channel. Okay, so it's all my prayer that people that talk about red pill or male and female relationship dynamics should be people who are healed and have moved beyond the anger that came to them when they saw the real nature of women or men. Okay, so this women also go through it. women also go through it. So let's watch the video, and at a point I'll pause the video and explain to you different types of rapio in our life, different areas of our life apart from relationship. Or let me do this before we go into the video. Okay, so women go through rapio rage, men go through rapio rage, boys, girls go through rapio. And rapio, as I'll say, is nothing but an epiphany moment, a moment where a man or a woman realize the true nature of something, and then come to think of how wrong they have been in the past with certain things, with the way they treated certain things, the way they saw something. And now at this age, this time, they have to, whether they like it or not, face the reality. The reality that they are facing now, sometimes your brain is fighting it. That is the rapio moment. And after they have forced themselves to accept the reality, they get angry that why couldn't I do this long time ago? Why couldn't I do this before now? Why did I waste my time with this man? Why did I waste my time with this woman? And it's not quite a comfortable moment to be in as a man or as a woman. But that is the reality. The reality doesn't care about your excuses or your ignorance and your feelings. So some people, instead of learning and moving beyond that moment where they are angry at themselves, they are angry at either a woman that is spent unfruitful time with, they become angry at themselves. They become bitter about women or men. And they want to stay in that bitterness. And when you get to that point, you don't see anything wrong with yourself. Rather, you see everything wrong with the opposite gender. That is, if you're a man and you are in a rapio rage or RP rage, that's what happened to you. If you're a woman and you are in RP rage, that's what happened. But what makes this video exceptional is that most of the time, we don't talk about women going through rapio rage. And once again, it is very, very important for anybody that wants to talk about the realities of female and male should be a healed man or woman. And you're going to see one here in this video. Okay? So women go through rapio rage when they realize that everything feminism told them is wrong. Another way women go through rapio rage is when they get to know the true nature of men, which most of the time they get to know when they listen to. They don't face the reality of who men are, who society are, what society is, when they fall in love with feminism. And later in life, where they realize they need a companion most, and it's not coming, that is where they come to the realization. But instead of accepting that it was feminism that got me here, they wouldn't. So they mostly stay in their anger, which is the rapio rage and bitterness. And at this stage, whilst they are speaking about their rapio rage in the opposite language, they use the opportunity to also recruit for feminism. Okay? So they use the opportunity at the moment where they are talking about their anger, their bitterness about the system and all of that, they use it to recruit new people to become like them. Instead of using that time to heal themselves and then tell young girls not to follow their footsteps, they use their anger, which is the rapio rage. Rapio rage simply means people being angered by getting their eyes open about the reality of relationships and male and females and all of that. So let's go into the video and listen. I'll come back. I'll pause to break down all the reverse psychological languages you hear.
Other kid. And I don't want any insincerity and baloney and game playing, and I don't know how to say this in a way that's politically correct.
Yeah, go for it.
But I don't feel like men are at the same place that women are right now. I just feel that the men...
You see our sister's reaction? Men should never and will never be at the same level where women are emotionally. It will never happen. You understand? So here, they've seen a reality. Instead of accepting the reality, healing it and move on, no. They still want the things they've believed in that did not work for them to work. And here, this is where weak men become victims. Oh, so what is the best way to be at the level of women emotionally? Fool, you are not supposed to do anything. Learn to be the best man emotionally. How men practice emotions. Not to become the best in how women process emotions. So when somebody is dealing with red pill rage, they don't become accountable. They've never made any mistake in their life. Listen.
I have really good men friends, but I just feel when it comes to emotional maturity in relationship, that men and women are seemingly in different spots.
Do you apply that, like, as a parent, as a woman to your son? Are you like, yes, I want to raise you in a way where you're going to be...
Okay, so men, you are not supposed to be at the same level with a woman when it comes to the way we process and deal with emotions. These women are looking for females in male body. Okay? They are looking for another woman in a male's body. And it will never happen. So instead of seeing the reality for what it is, no. They want what they are feeling to be the reality. And reality don't care about what you feel. And that's the problem. Okay? So let's continue.
You, like, an equal to your woman, if not raising the stakes.
Yes, and they'll come into my room, the three of them together, and they'll start up some kind of guy conversation. And I'll be standing there and they'll go, we shouldn't be doing this in front of mom. And I say, you shouldn't be doing this in front of each other. And let's talk about it. Like, why are we having this conversation?
First of all, okay? First of all, if we are doing things right, women at this age should be talking about their husbands. I'm sorry. Because if you look at how nature does things, the people you give your most valuable self to when you are younger are the people you get to spend your most weakest time with. That's how nature works. So you don't give your most valuable self, your most youthful self, your most beautiful self to something else. And then when you are older, you're looking for something. At that time, when our society was intact, women at this stage are not talking. This conversation shouldn't have happened. And in so many cultures, it's not. And this video, I'm going to talk about how this woman, including the sister who is doing the reaction, makes it look like the world revolves around American and Western women. No, dear moms, not at all. Now let's continue.
There's certain fears that boys and men have in the world today, because there's certain misunderstandings about power and what it means to be masculine and what it means to be powerful and what it means to be important. So I'm trying to...
Once again, here we go. They know what power is. A woman knows what power is. Women, modern Western women now dictates who a man is, what masculinity is. So they've come to realize men, for a long time, men did not know, unfortunately. And now they've realized that men now know what their power is, what masculinity is. And these women, instead of moving on to that reality, no. Let's sit in our anger, our bitterness towards this man they call toxic men. And let's use reverse psychological languages. That if you do not process emotions like a woman, you are not a real man. And I've told you guys, these days, 2024, don't be ashamed when a feminist tells you you are not a real man. Because most of the time, the man they call a real man is useless to society. And even themselves in a long-term relationship. Okay? So they are now dealing with real rage, real anger, reality rage, reality anger. I think I will call it that. These women are suffering from reality rage. Instead of, once now they are faced vis-a-vis the reality, accept the reality and move on. No. But we've seen the reality. We've seen that men are not going to be fooling again. They are going to stay in their masculine self. But we don't want them that. We want them in their feminine self. So we're going to use language to shame them and make them feel guilty to go back to what we want. But it won't happen. So the bitterness will continue. And now they see dogs as important than men. But we'll get there. Let's go.
Teach my boys that the ideas that men have passed on about what it means to be powerful and important might not be wholly correct and might not ultimately benefit them, even in relationship to each other, so that they can be more successful in their future and get the things that they want in their life.
You see, this sister is shouting as if this woman is dropping some gems, but nothing. All the three over there have hit the wall. And unfortunately, instead of facing the reality, so people go through reality rage or RP rage when they are refusing to accept their fate in life at that time of their life. That is the problem. So if men who are suffering from reality rage or RP rage refuse to accept their part in what has led them to where they are right now. And I see a lot of men going through it. And those that I'm closer to, I call them and help them out. And yes, if you are a man, most importantly, and you've seen the reality in relationship and it is making you angry, mad, bitter, please, that is not where you need to be. Move on. And if you're finding it difficult, you can send me an email at blacknificentmedia@gmail.com. Book a session and I'll help you deal with it. Simple. I've done it for a lot of guys. You need to get out of that stage.
Happy, healthy relationships, success in business, and just joy in their life.
100%. Well, you've always had a very salient head on your shoulders. And again, you're an empath. And I think your priorities are all in the right place.
So here's my boyfriend.
here's my boyfriend.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. This, you can go and watch. I'll put a link of that video in the description below. Watch that video, and you understand this video better. The video title is "The Newest Relationship Scam is I Don't Need a Man." Now they are introducing dogs as their boyfriends, and any strong man will not feel whatsoever towards that. But weak men will be, oh, what? How can women, beautiful women, be dating dog? Maybe some wicked, heartless men have done something to them. I'm going to save them. I'm going to stop that. Bro, it's a trap. It's a trap. Don't go there. Because they do not have what a man needs. They want everything they want from a man, but not ready to give anything to a man in their relationship. And they've tried it several times and it's not working, and it's tearing them down. It's tiring. So they have to come to this point. Instead of moving on and face the reality, no. The problem is men. Listen to this conversation to the end. You will never see any three of them pointing out one thing women does wrong or have done wrong in getting to this point. And that's one thing that men should accept about the female nature. They hardly accept blames. And I'll do a video on that, why they don't. The good and the bad side of why they don't accept blames. So let's continue. Now they are now introducing their boyfriends.
And apparently we both like hairy men, so that's good. Sharon, I love you. I'm so happy to caught up with you. You're so awesome, and I'm just always.
All right. Well, you know what? Listen. What do we say to something like this? What do we say? So ixnay on the part about these dogs being their men. But you see, the thing is that once upon a time, men used to use this, you're going to die alone, you're going to get some dogs, etc., etc. You all know I happen to love caring for plants. We've had several live broadcasts about this. Like, if being with a plant is better than being with you, like a plant doesn't even talk or move or walk or in its sleep.
You see, and then the gaslighting, the insult, the shaming towards men is beyond imagination. But here, men, this is what you got to know. This is called red pill rage, reality rage. Their anger, they are bitter about the reality. Okay? And any human being who find it difficult to form meaningful relationship with human beings, you are a failure. And that is why we go for the easy way out. We are a failing society. Today, because of mobile phones and technology, we are failing to live as human beings. And we think we are doing something amazing. We are doing nothing. You are living with dogs. What does it take to be with dogs? It's like me saying that I love Jesus. Yes, I love Jesus because Jesus does not exist for me to offend, to see his reaction. I love Jesus because Jesus does not exist to expect something from me. And if I'm not able to deliver, he will get angry. And how I'll be able to resolve that conflict between me and him and move on with our friendship or relationship. That's what makes you someone. Not when you are in a relationship with something that even when you're offended, nothing happens. Something that its IQ is as low as nothing. And you are in a relationship with them and you think you are doing something, you are a failure. You are doing nothing by being in a relationship with a dog. Everyone can do it. What is the apex, the goal, with a crown is to be in a relationship with our children, with our brothers, with our wives, our girlfriends, human beings. Step on their toes, they step on our toes, and we move on. We have beautiful conflict resolution programs. That is what makes you top at the hierarchy when it comes to humanity. So don't let somebody make living with dogs a flex. It's not a flex, it's misery. It's not easy to be a human being, and it's not easy to deal with human beings. So those who are able to deal with human beings, respect them. Those who are able to be in long-term relationships for a long time, respect them. They are the achievers, not those who are running away. So let's listen to this, our sister.
Bye.
And look, if you have a little bit of human nature, experience in human nature and body language and communication, this laugh is a laugh of misery, pain. But they have to laugh to make it and so this is how they recruit new feminists. That they paint this evilness as the new good. Because if nobody joins them, they will be isolated, and that is what women, and that is why I say that in Ghana, in Africa, we should do our best not to let feminism take hold like it has done in the West. Because you'll be miserable. Because in the West, where government, every woman that marries has 2 husbands, especially those who believe in feminism. Even over there, feminism could not save them. In Ghana, in Nigeria, in Africa, where if you are married to one man. And when you are younger, the reason why women, so a lot of times people ask, why is it that most women get to see the evil nature of feminism only when they are older? I'll do a full video on that, but let me give you a hint. It's simple. Women don't become lonely in their younger stages of life. Men face loneliness in our younger ages. And if you don't even build a life for yourself, your loneliness will continue in your youthful, older ages. But at least you have been living your life facing the reality of loneliness. But these people, women, do not meet loneliness when they are younger. They only see loneliness as they are aging. Because companies, corporations love them when they are younger. Men want them when they are younger. And for men, when they get older, if they spend a good time with their men continue to be with them. By the companies, the corporation that save them and make feminism attractive to them, betray them when they are getting older. Okay? So, once they are growing, that is where they see the reality that no, they lied to us. They said with money, with education, with fame, we'll be okay. And as they grow, they realize that no, because when they are younger, they have money, they have education, they have status, men are chasing them. So the world is at their feet. And as they are growing, they realize that no, biologically, the females need always to be with people, need to be in groups. And then that's where they come to the realization. So let's listen to our sister.
But plant is a better option than being with you. Then what does that say about you?
In other words, being with a plant is better than being with a human being. You are a failure, sister. You are just a failure. That among the 8 billion population, you can't find someone to be with because you want something that all of them are not ready to give you. If the thing that you, one person looking for, 1 million people are not ready to give it, the problem is not them, it's you. It is you. And she's going to talk something in the area of, let me keep quiet. Let's listen to her.
It used to be an insult. Oh, get some dogs. Now, that like don't threaten them with a good time. well, not that type of good. Listen, women all over, of all races and ages and nationalities. You know, they say that this is the age of Aquarius, the age of things coming to pass and truth coming out. That's what they're saying. And so now we're here in a time where even a woman like Sharon Stone, remember Sharon Stone was, I don't remember the name of the movie she was in, but she was in that movie where she allegedly uncrossed her legs and the whole gamut was showing. And so she's gone from being a super sexy, sensual young woman into now being like, you know what, from my experiences with these people, I'm just not interested in being with them. In this part where she's talking about how we're just at different levels.
But I just feel when it comes to emotional maturity in relationship, that men and women are seemingly in different spots.
Just in different places, and a lot of people are picking that up. Many of these male scholars are coming out and saying the women of today are not interested in the men of today because the men of today are not as well educated. They're not going to school. I think for every 3 women...
Madam, spare us with the education bull crap. Huh? You are living in one of the most privileged countries in the world. But you are not the one having the best degrees. Huh? You guys are having one of the useless degrees in the whole of America. Indians traveling from that far, living in your country, have the best degrees, but they are not dating dogs. What are you telling us? So, what these women are doing at this stage of their life, relationship life, where they are suffering from relationship reality rage or repute rage, is that they want to let young girls and people. So this conversation, a target is young people and other women to become like them. And the next target is that even though we are saying we want dogs and trees, if we get a man with female nature in him, we want to date them. So this is how they use their anger to reality to recruit new members to become like them. Because once they alone are living this miserable life and they die, it will be a story for a long time to go or to come, that they live like this. But if there are more, then they can say it is the men. But now, you mentioned the age of Aquarius. In the age of Aquarius, you can't hide anything anymore. Every truth that was hidden will come out. Why is it that red pill has become a thing in the age of Aquarius? Yes. All the things secret feminism hid from men and made men simping, it can't happen in the age of Aquarius. It could only happen in the age of Pisces. So let's listen to our sister. She's going to talk some lies about how this thing is a global phenomenon. It's not a global phenomenon, my dear. Go on.
Oh, there's one man. Don't quote me on that, but the numbers are dastardly. But it's more than that. It's about the quality of the relationship that we are having in tandem with these people who occupy half of society with us. And it is seemingly just not as attractive a proposition as it was before. And they say it's because women are making their own money now, but if a woman's desperation and her inability to be able to feed and care for herself is what is going to allow you to be in a relationship with a woman, her desperation, then you really don't have much. And for far too long, there have been too many men who have been banking on that system, on the system of women's disempowerment. And now that women have their voice, now that women...
No, dear sister, men are not banking on your inability to provide for yourself. That is why in the ancient times, they said when education became a thing, they made men went to school first. Yes, because no matter how much you make, your money will mean nothing to me. if you have enough and I don't have enough, we will not have a relationship. We will only have a honeymoon. There's 2 honeymoon in relationship. The first stage where it is all lovey-dovey. That is the only time when a woman that has enough money will be okay with a man that has less. Okay? It doesn't matter how much you have. If I don't have the same as you or more, we do not have a relationship. So what are you talking about? Okay? And most of you, by the time you make money, you have gone past the stages where the men you want you. So that alone eliminates you from the pool of men that you can find. And the men that are available, you don't want them. So what's your problem? You have your preference, but if men have their preference, that's a problem. But what I'm looking for is coming. Let's continue listening to her.
Ability to govern themselves and own land and own a bank account. That's one of those talking points I brought up that other people are now speaking about. So officially, legally in the United States, a woman couldn't own a bank account until the 1960s. However, it wasn't until the equal credit...
Madam, men of all classes also did not have the same opportunity at all times with the elite, with the top men. Everything goes in stages. So very soon, women are going to even cry that why didn't women have mobile phones 5,000 years ago? I mean, what next illogical logics are these women going to bring? But I'm telling you, this is how they deal with rapier rage. Most men, when they see the reality, they move on, they get angry, heal themselves and move on. Some stay in their rapier anger or reality anger or rage, but majority of these women will not move beyond that. Continue.
Equal Banking Act of 1974, it was officially being enforced for women to be able to open bank accounts. So I don't know what it is that we are going to do as a globe. I think
No, sister. I'm not a native English speaker, okay? I went to school to learn English. You did not go to school to learn English. And please, when you are using the English language, please use it well. What you people are going through is not a global thing. Feminism and its related problems in relationship with women and men is only happening to countries, Western countries, and countries that have accepted Western influence, period. And even that, some Western countries are running away from feminism. And even in America, feminism is not that a thing. Madam, I thank you for loving statistics. Go check. Last year, the Democratic Party in the United States of America did a survey looking at how many of their female supporters believe in feminism. And they found out that a lot of their young women don't believe, the Democratic Party's young women don't believe in, subscribe to feminism. Only 10% of the 50 and older women still hold on to feminism. So what are you talking about? So this is not a globe, it's not a global problem. Yes, feminism has been transported into most part of Africa, including my Ghana. But the biggest feminist, the day she find a husband and they ask her, how do you practice feminism with your husband? And she said, my dear, never take feminism to your husband's house. And she went ahead and said, if you practice feminism with your husband, you become an unnatural person. Your husband married a woman. This is Asla Owusu, who is currently the communications minister. because in Ghana, our tradition will not allow it to survive, even though some girls in social media portray they are feminists, but it can't take over. So, madam, please, if you are dying, say I'm dying. Don't say we are dying. That's a proverb in Ghana. Say muwa kase yewu, kase mi women kase yewu. If you are dying, say I'm dying. Don't say we are dying. Thank you. Continue.
Have been disrespected and denigrated for far too long, and now we are pulling back our wombs. By 2030,
we are pulling back our wombs, and this is where she's going to make the biggest lie of all time. And how these women suffering from real pure or reality rage and bitterness turn and twist words to suit their narrative. Let's expose her here. Let me put her bigger on the screen.
that's 7 years back our wombs. By 2030, that's 7 years. 45% of women will be single and child-free.
Hold on. At this point, we got them. It is not child-free, childless. And you see, they know that what they are going through is painful, it's shameful, it's not desirable by themselves and the whole world and society. Okay? I think that research was done by Sterling Morgans. Says that by 2034 or 2030 or something, 45% of American women will be childless, with no kids and no man. And you see how she flames it. I'm a communication person. That's why I spot those biases and fallacy and propaganda. She said that 45% of women will be child-free. It's not child-free. Many of you will wish you have children. It's not child-free. This is how they use propaganda. So they make it child-free, meaning children are nuisance. So any young girl who does not know what she's doing or about, see that, oh, that is opportunity. I wrote an article in 2014 calling on Ghanaian members of parliament to make their stance against genetically modified food. And I said the word progress is impeding progress and development in Africa. Because the moment our politicians hear the word progress, they think it's positive. No, it's not every word that comes deal with progress is positive. Or development. It's not every time that you hear development is positive. When somebody has developed a tumor, a cancer tumor, is developing, it's not good. It's not positive. So look at how she flames it. By 2030, 7 years from now, 45% of women, and she lives it like it's a global thing, will be child-free. No. It's an American thing. It's some Western society thing. Will be childless, not child-free. Stop lying. Let's listen to the lies again. Child-free. When your papa.
45% of women will be single and child-free by 2030. That's what's being reported.
It's not, that's not how it was reported. And that's a shame to academia and to journalism. The report says 45% of women will be single and childless. It's not child-free. Go ahead.
And that's just 7 years away. And so we are constricting the population worldwide.
Well, you are not, sister. You are not. My dear, you are not constricting any population worldwide. Countries are increasing their population day by day. Feminism is at decline. It's declining. That's why we are having all these shows. It's at its peak. Diminishing returns are set into feminism. Okay? So if you are dying with your Americanization of relationship, say I'm dying. Don't say we are dying. You and who? Constricting who? Do you know how many childbirth per day we have in Ghana? Do you know what countries like Italy are doing about their population to bring it back? Do you know what Russia is doing about their population? Even China, Germany, do you know what they are doing? So, madam, please stop disgracing yourself. Growing up, we used to respect anyone that know from Ghana. We used to, and even still, people respect people who know how to speak good English. People who are from America. But these things, you people are disgracing the country called America. America has had its own share of evil and all of that. But this group of feminists are giving America its worst image ever in the world. I'm telling you. Feminists are giving America its worst image ever, and especially Black America. But someone that have been working with Black Americans in Ghana since 2014, I know that are some beautiful, good, family-oriented, African-oriented African Americans out there. And very soon, when we start studio discussions, you will see African Americans living in Ghana here, in my studio. Okay? So stop giving... America has destroyed its own name with slavery, with wars, coups, and all of that around the world. But I think that if people will sit down and ask what phenomenon has given America the baddest name ever globally, I think feminism will contend with slavery. I'm telling you.
Japan doesn't even know if they're going to be a country in 150 years because the women are having so few babies. They're not replenishing the population.
Let's listen to that again.
And know if they're going to be a country in 150 years because the 45% of women will be single and child-free by 2030. That's what's big.
It's childless. There's a difference between childless. Childless denote a pain. Child-free denote freedom to you. It's not freedom. We are hiding the pain. Nanka nyesu bambonia. Nanka baby when you madri would the only dating you day. If not this society that has turned upside down at your age, what's your business in talking about dating? You're supposed to have your man. Most women in Africa at your age, if their husband died, my own uncle, may your soul rest in peace, Uncle Damas, ever since the husband died, the wife told the family, I'm not marrying again. This woman lived until just late last year that she passed away. And yesterday, her son, one of her sons got married. I couldn't attend. Ruben, happy marriage and congratulations to you. You understand? You chose a beautiful girl. I saw her on Facebook. Saw your pictures on Facebook. You understand? Ghanaians are marrying. Nigerians are marrying. People are marrying. So you are the one that is gnashing. So stop saying, she's saying that she doesn't know in the next century there will be a country. Are you serious? Oh, well, maybe America. No. American men are, by the time all of you are gone, American men will import their wives. Let me tell you. Look, I'm going to do a video separate on this, but let me give a hint. Very soon, the Western society led by America are going to sacrifice all of this. They woke people, the feminists, and everything surround. You know what I'm talking about. America is going to use all of you as sacrificial lamb to purge their country of immorality and indiscipline. Mark my word. Mark this video. Save it somewhere. You say that a useless man living in the bush of Africa said this. Yes. Western countries are not going to tolerate this forever. They are going to make laws to make all of this vanish. And all of you are going to, those who still hold on to feminism, at that time, you'll be used as a sacrificial lamb or scapegoat. I'm telling you. America is not going to sit there to let its population diminishes. And the men are the problem solvers. The moment feminism and feminist women became problem, they are going out, having their babies, keeping them there. waiting for all of this to go. When you people are not there and new laws that favor families are made, they are going to bring their wives and America is going to be repopulated again. So what are you talking about? Dear madam.
And that's just 7 years away. And so we are constricting the population worldwide.
You are not constricting any population worldwide. Even in America, you are not constricting America's population. You get it? You are not even constricting Americans' population. Go ahead.
Doesn't even know if they're going to be a country in 150 years because the women are having so few babies. They're not replenishing the population. And all over the world, people are starting to panic.
Nobody is panicking. Madam, nobody is panicking. It is feminist, lonely women who are panicking that most of you, there will be no generation of you continuing on this earth. That is the problem. So let's finish this video. It's getting too long.
Dependent on us in our wombs. I even saw a video yesterday that was talking about how women go through all of this danger to have children. And then the children don't even get her last name. Even she loses her own last name.
Madam, you do not understand life. And maybe you should sue your God or nature for making you a human being. You don't want to be a human being. And soon, people like you, there will be no remnant of you on earth. Simple as that. Who does not know that childbirth is dangerous? Everybody knows that. Even animals. And it is a sacrificial job that we do towards life. That is why men also go through dangerous things, do dangerous things to keep the infrastructure going. So it is yin and yang. So please, all of this will not stop the girls who want to have husbands to have husbands. The truth, these people, whenever they are preaching things, they don't look at the environment. They don't realize that a lot of the young girls are not listening to you. When the young girls see failure, they know what is failure. When they see failure, they know it. So dear, the world is not going to an extinct because of you people. The world is not going to extinct because of you people. Feminism is declining. It's coming to an end. It is at its peak. It is at the diminishing returns level. Now the barrel is going to have holes around it, and the water is going to go out, and then there's no source to feed it anymore. Feminism was started by weak men, and it will be killed by strong men. Period. So guys, thank you so much. If you are able to watch up to this point, I salute you. Thank you. And if you have not subscribed, do where to subscribe, and please share some of these videos. If you find it educative and informative, share and let someone learn. This video goes for men and women alike. My name is Kwabena Bibini Berima. You can call me DJ Fuad, the public enemy who hates no one. If you have a message for us, you can email us at blacknificentmedia@gmail.com. blacknificentmedia@gmail.com, and we'll respond to you, and whatever it is. If you are suffering from RP rage, reptile rage, or reality rage, email me, book a session, and let's help you get out of that. It's not a good thing. Get out of it.